Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Overlord. I remember when the trailer dropped for this, I'm like, Nazi zombies? And I'm like, this could be really dumb, or this could be really fun. I saw reviews coming out, I'm like, it sounds like this is a lot of fun. I'm excited to go see this. I did go see this, and it was indeed a lot of fun. And this is one of those nice surprise films where it's like, it doesn't get a whole lot of it, it's not getting a whole lot of attention, but it's like, I pay a little too much to film, too much attention to film, so I know what's coming out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go check this out. And it was worth it. One of the things I was really impressed about is how this film was put together, and Julius Avery, who's the director, is somebody I'm really going to be looking out for, because he tells the story in a very clear, straightforward kind of way. There's not like a whole lot of crazy frills in terms of how the story is told, but it's like he knows how to go for it. And in terms of pacing, this was so well paced, it kept it up and it kept going. And this is almost a 2-hour film, and it really did push the pace and didn't feel like it was dragging a whole lot. Maybe there were some parts in the first act where, besides the opening sequence, which they opened the trailer with, in that plane flying into Europe, into like France, and plane blowing up and parachuting down, which, oh, the action in this film is so amazing, so intense, so well shot. And I'll talk a little bit more about the cinematography soon, but in terms of how the pacing was, there's a little bits towards the beginning, but once it got going, this film got going. And it had a great tone. It knew there was some camp involved when you're dealing with Nazi zombies, so it embraced it. There's moments where it's funny, there's moments where it's just like, ugh! There's some body horror in it, and there's not a whole lot of jump scare kind of stuff. It's more like building tension, dreariness, and then grotesqueness that's kind of like hard to watch, so it puts you on edge. And then there's action that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's really intense, and Avery does a really good job, honestly, directing this film, and I'm always excited when I see Bad Robot, go J.J. Abrams, pop out some kind of little thing like this, like a Cloverfield, the 10 Cloverfield Lane. Not the Cloverfield paradox, but something like this where it's really well put together, it has a great high concept idea, and it really goes for it. Because the thing is, this does work on a good revisionist version of history, like a history war film, but it also works on a zombie movie, and it melds those genres so well together. Avery does a really good job of balancing that. In terms of the writing, Billy Ray and Mark L. Smith, these characters don't have a super amount of depth. You don't get a whole lot of background on them. You're kind of just in the fight. Obviously, they feel like different people. They have different kinds of ways of feeling about things. You have Jovan Adipo, who's Boyce, who's the main character, and Wyatt Russell, who's Ford. They have some different feelings on how to do things, and there's some tension between their two characters building through this film, but the thing is, they learn to respect each other, and they're both realized characters. They just don't have a whole lot of backstory and get a whole lot of depth. And then, what do you need more for villains than Nazis? It's the easiest villain you could possibly have, because how easy it is to make Nazis evil. This isn't like Schindler's List, where you have Ray Fiennes, a like super interesting Nazi, but it is campy over the top evil Nazi. Pilo Asbach, you get to really chew the scenery in this film. In terms of the composer Jed Kurtzel, it has a very driving score. The music works. It's not going to be something that's, I'm going to listen to the score from Overlord, but it's something enough where it's really going to be driving the film and really working to its advantage. And then Laurie Rose and Fabian Wagner do the cinematography for this. That was one of the most surprising things about how this was put together. There are some amazing long takes down corridors as you're running, and it's just like, you feel like you're in it. You feel like, holy crap, I'm running away from this large explosion, or something's chasing me down these corridors and stuff like that. And it's just like, It really works. It's really well put together, and this is a really well crafted film. And I'm like, it's a lot of fun action, but it's so well crafted. It's just like it elevates this film above just being some goofy B movie. It embraces that B movie nature of it, but it's really impressive. And Adipo is very good. He really carries this film, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in some other projects. Wyatt Russell, I appreciated him in certain roles where I think he really, really rocks it. I haven't seen him in a whole lot of like tough guy roles like this film, but there were some points where he did shine a little Kurt Russell esqueness in this film. It's like, yep, that's Kurt Russell's son. Especially towards the end, he has a little bit to work with, and it's just like, I can see it. And then P.L. Asbach, Euron Greyjoy, douchey pirate from Game of Thrones himself, really, really sells his villain role and chews it up, and he's intimidating. He's physically intimidating, and once he goes full blown, like, full realized villain towards the end, he owns it, and there's a lot of fun to be had. This is a great time. This is a nutty movie. If you're not in the mindset to buy there's a bunch of Nazi zombies, this movie isn't for you. If you're ready for some fun action, some crazy thrills, and a bit of horror elements thrown in as well, this movie is for you. And you should go check out Overlord. Highly recommend. A lot of fun. Thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.